And how much are we putting out on this folly? Well, $200 billion with no end in sight. 200 billion American taxpayer dollars dumped into a war in Ukraine that the majority of Americans do not want, with no end in sight and no plan that anyone has heard so far about what it would take to win. So, can someone, anyone, please tell me, what are we doing in Ukraine? Anyone? They're not an ally, not by treaty, not by historic standards. They are a country that most people still can't find on a map. And it's a place where we're getting deeper and deeper and deeper every single day. It's like we're agitating the Kremlin and Vladimir Putin for the sport of it. And again, the question is why? Why are too many Democrats and too many Republicans all in on this one? The American people are still sick to their stomachs over the disgraceful exit from Afghanistan ordered by President Joe Biden. The American people are tired of wars on the other side of the world draining our resources, while we have so much work to do here at home. They hear we're now paying for pensions and welfare programs for Ukrainian citizens, while our own southern border remains wide open and illegals flow in by the millions. Maybe Joe Biden and his secret mission to appear in Kyiv yesterday would have more impact if it actually looked like there was a war going on. Seriously, go find footage of this terrible war, and you won't find all that much. Now, the big question is, why is that? You heard what the man said there on CNN. When we were fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan, certainly in the early days, the war footage was everywhere, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for months on end. That's not the case with Ukraine. And again, why? Oh, we hear about how awful the war is and that Russia must be punished for invading Ukraine, and we simply must send hundreds of billions of dollars. But we never hear about a plan or a strategy or anything resembling a coherent approach by our side. And you know what? We never really hear about how all that money is being spent, or, more importantly, how it benefits you and me, $200 billion. You know why? It's because it doesn't. It is yet another colossal waste of American treasure. How do we define winning? Well, that seems to have been forgotten in the conversation by warmongers on all sides, Democrats and, yes, Republicans alike. They just keep beating the drums of war, and they've turned a deaf ear and a blind eye to the concerns of this nation.